get the times we were together.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Got a good review for you guys today. This is the latest and greatest from the House of Imaginary Authors, and it is called O Unknown. Now, this is my 7th review from the brand. I've reviewed Memoirs of a Trespasser, City on Fire, Cobra and the Canary, St. Julep, Every Storm a Serenade, and Slow Explosions. I would still like to own Falling into the Sea, Cape Heartache, The Soft Lawn, and the now discontinued Mosaic. And I would love to try the recent oud scent that Josh did with Cambodian oud and I believe a cantaloupe note in that one. I do think that's extremely limited though. I think the name of that was Whispered Myths, but I could be wrong about that. This is the newest release from the brand. This is the third in the Sava trilogy. The first one, I think, was Memoirs of a Trespasser. The second was Cape Heartache, and now we have O Unknown. For those of you who don't know, the concept behind Imaginary Authors, each scent is inspired by a literal imaginary author and sort of a book that imaginary author was writing that sort of inspired the scent. There's usually a description of that book and a quote by the author. So the description behind this one is, quote, at age 65, when famed explorer, author Philip Sava was given less than a year to live, he set off from his home in Madagascar for parts unknown. Leaving all his belongings behind, he set off on foot. He hopped a freighter across the Indian Ocean and wandered into the Bangladesh wilderness. His journey, which lasted over a decade, took him through Nepal and Tibet, where his exploration turned spiritual, and into rural China, where months of solitude resulted in some of the most confessional observations ever committed to paper. This is the story of a man grappling with the meaning of life as he grasps to life's last vestiges. And the quote by Sava is, "It is a mystery to me why the further I am from home, the closer I am to God." So that's the description behind this one. This is the travel spray, which was sent to me for review. If you're interested in purchasing, there's 3 ways you can do so. You can get a sample, which is 2 ml for $6. You can grab a 14 ml travel spray, which is what you see in front of you, for $38. Or you can get a 50 ml bottle for $95. This is an eau de parfum concentration. It is available on the Imaginary Authors website, which I will link to for you guys. And it is also available on sites like Lucky Scent. I think Twisted Lily might carry IA as well. Notes on this one, you got black tea, Lapsang Souchong tincture. That is a type of tea leaf. It is a black tea leaf from China. Orris butter, Kyoto moss, musk balsam, sandalwood, and a mystery note. Now your presentation, they all come with sort of like a bookmark with the notes on it. The travel sprayer looks as so. It has the IA stamped on the top with a neat little design. Nice sprayer. And then simple cardboard box with a sticker giving you the quote about the fragrance. So nice presentation, definitely nothing to sneeze at. The bottle's a little bit different, same sort of box though. So this fragrance. So I want to start out by saying, I think for me, this is one of the most different fragrances that I've smelled from Imaginary Authors, because its level of craftsmanship, it doesn't smell like an indie fragrance. It smells like a proper niche fragrance. And what I mean by that is the notes smell seamless. Now my guess is, I could be very wrong about this, is that there's less materials in this than other Imaginary Authors fragrances. It just smells that way. But what is there is almost binded. It's like the way that iPhone glass is attached to the aluminum or stainless steel, and you wonder where one material begins and the other one starts. This doesn't smell like a collection of notes. It smells like a rich note to me. And what it smells like is very luxurious orris butter, like with a very high iron content. And I'm sure you guys know that orris butter comes from a actual steam distillation of orris roots. And of course those roots come from the iris flower. it actually takes 1 ton of iris root to produce a kilo of orris butter, and the higher the iron count, the more costly it becomes, the better people think it smells. So what I get out of this, and it couldn't be more simple, is it smells of orris butter. I happen to have an orris butter with a 15% iron count, which is pretty high. It smells like a cross between that butter and then some of the synthetic materials out there. Givaudan makes a fantastic orris base, which this does smell like to me. And to be honest, I think the synthetic smells better than the actual costly orris butter. And I feel like when those are used in concert, you get magic. So I get that. I get like a combination of those. And then I get a faint, smoky, earthy tone of black tea. And just like a background little pitter patter of musk and woods, and it's just absolutely fantastic. It is perfect for cozy fall weather. Just wonderful. Now, unfortunately, on my skin, this is super soft. I mean, like a skin scent after about an hour in, and even then, I only get about 4 or 5 hours out of this. So to me, this one almost performs like an eau de cologne out of the bottle. Out of the bottle, this doesn't smell like that would be like that to me. So it's very confusing. And I've seen some people agree with this assessment and some people not agree with it. So it really might just depend on your skin. I think this is absolutely unisex. Either sex will be able to pull this off with ease. As far as how to wear this, I think that spring or fall is probably best. In whatever makes you feel cozy or comfortable. I could also see this being a great romantic scent because you need to kind of get close to the person to smell it. And it, as I said, it has this really rich and luxurious smell. It smells way more costly than it actually is, which is awesome. If you can't get your hands on this, or you want something like this, but maybe something that lasts longer, or maybe something that's not as strong. I saw this compared to Gucci Pour Homme 2 on Fragrante. I kind of see that, I guess, a little bit. It smells a little bit like the Orris fragrance that Commodity makes, a little bit. It smells like a lesser, not as dense version as Latessa by Maximilian. Latessa lasts a lot longer on me. It smells like a thicker fragrance, and it smells a little bit like Peruvian Ambrette by Xenia. And Peruvian Ambrette has orris. It also has ambrette seed, and it's a wonderful, wonderful fragrance. If someone were trying to talk you into purchasing this, I think they would tell you that it's just a gorgeous, rich, luxurious smelling fragrance, a great orris scent for the money, less than $100, great value. If someone were trying to talk you into skipping this one, I think they'd say that you really should check out how this one performs on you. It's really different from other imaginary author scents. That could be a bad thing, it could be a great thing. It's going to depend on your taste, so sample. To wrap this up, man, I dig this. I wish it popped a little bit more off my skin, but I never really get great performance when orris, even iris, is really out there in the forefront, unless the base is very sort of stoutly constructed. And that, for me, usually detracts from sort of the purity of the orris note or accord. So we're like Dior Homme, right? Like, you got iris in there, but you got cocoa, you got lavender, you have amber, you have just other things that really sort of sandalwood that really sort of take a little bit away from the pureness of that iris note. And then Infusion Dome by Prada, there you have olabinum and benzoin in the base, and that sort of is there, I think, to extend the fragrance a little bit. I think I understand why this fragrance was made this way, and the construction, as I stated, is beautiful. I don't give numbers to scents given to me for review. I don't know if I buy this because of the soft nature on my skin, but that could easily change over time. We'll have to see. But I do want to say that I love the way this smells so much that I think I would buy it and use it on sweaters and scarves and things like that. And I think this shows a real maturity and natural progression by Josh, just becoming a better perfumer. So that is my opinion of Oh Unknown. I would love to know if you smelled this one and what you think of it. Please do let me know. And I'll see you guys later. Josh, thank you for sending this to me. I will link to IA in the description, and I'll see you guys later this week with more videos. Guys, obviously, I'm